Oh, it's this guy, dude. This guy's takes have gotten so bad over the years, man.
I could use a
So bad.
fantasy, and I wonder why she sleeps with my friends. Hi, everyone. I'm Anthony Bactano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're happy. I hope you're fine. I hope you're healthy.
Shut up.
Well, I know some people who aren't happy. That would be many a Coachella goer. The legendary California Music Festival happened this past weekend. Many who were
Was it
there, and also those
looking
who
so
were
bad?
not
I have it in HD. Did he like just now upload this? The hell's wrong with this game?
there, were enjoying the festivities, as many of them, music-wise, were broadcast.
Tell me this guy doesn't
over
have a
live
4K
stream.
camera.
Lots of
Rich
cool
ass.
clips and performances were shown over the weekend, but there was one, obviously, one in particular. That many people across the internet, across the world, were looking forward to seeing. That would be
Your
the
hairline.
Frank Ocean headlining performance on Sunday last night. Many were very much looking forward to this performance.
This is a case of someone who just needs to cut his losses. You know what I'm saying? Patchy, barely anything on top. He ain't gonna save his hairline. It ain't gonna get better. He'd look fine if he just, grows the beard out, maybe kind of trims it up a bit. Right? I'm not really sure what this is right here, but
because from what I understand, it's been about
Teach his
6
own.
years since Frank has hit the stage, and it's been even longer since the release of a new album. The fans want to know when a new album's
Sorry,
coming
I
out.
can't
The
stop
fans
looking at
want
this
to
hair.
know when a new album's coming out. My cousin on stage that weekend, Mr. Mark Rebier. We are not the same person. Stop showing me this man. I know that we both have dashing good looks. I don't need to be reminded.
Looks like all the hair in the family went to one person, huh? Someone lucked out, huh?
Anyway, a lot of listeners, including myself, presumed that the reason this performance was happening is that we may in fact be getting a Frank Ocean album this year. Why would he be coming out to do such a big performance on such a big stage, at such a big festival, if he did not have something to promote? However, in the midst of this set, Frank Ocean did give us some insight as to why he was performing this weekend, and shed some light on some very touching and nostalgic memories that he had around his late brother, going to Coachella with him and enjoying the performances.
It's been so long, but I've missed you. I want to talk about why I'm here, because it's not because of the new album. Not that there's not a new album, but there's not right now. It's not right now. He continued. These last couple of years of my life changed so much. My brother and I came to this festival a lot. I feel like I was dragged here so much of the time. I hated the dust. I always dealt with a respiratory infection. Oh, literally dust. He recalled watching Ray Shremmerd with his brother dancing in one of the tents. I know he would have been so excited to be here with us. I wanted to say thank you for the support and the love all this time.
With him, which is obviously very personal and touching for Frank to share. However, I only saw this or heard about this through
What do you mean,
clips and phone recordings of the show, and why that is, here's the kicker. So yeah, this live stream performance that everybody was anticipating from Coachella this weekend from Frank.
This man better reel in his takes real quick. I'm goddamn sick. Now, I haven't actually seen this. I don't know what he's talking about yet. But you don't go hard after someone who's going through this kind of shit, man. Give him some time to heal, dude. Not everything is about the #1 Billboard album. Holy fuck.
That got
Frank Ocean has given us plenty of magic.
Again, there seemed to be many a phone, including one brave woman who was shooting the whole thing in 4K. Shout out to her and everybody else who captured this thing in whatever way they could. But yeah, obviously Frank Ocean taking his performance off the stream for many was pretty disappointing. But what seems to have been even more disappointing was the actual performance itself for the people who were there. Because some of the clips and some of the...
Dude, are you really about to go into how people sound live at fucking Coachella, dude? Everyone's drunk, musicians included. It's live music, man. Come on. People are there to enjoy themselves.
Counts of the performance from the fans, from the concert goers, have not really been all that flattering.
This is news
not
to
exactly
no one.
the level of performance you come to expect from one of the biggest names and most successful names in the mainstream, one of the most beloved artists of this era, frankly. There's also been some interesting footage that some fans, I guess, are taking issue with of him performing the song White Ferrari with some analog synth sequences and a backing beat that feels like something out of an LCD sound system song. Not that that's a bad thing, and as far as the problems people have had with the set, I feel like that one ranks pretty low, like coming through the creative reinterpretation of one of your own songs. I feel like that's kind of the potential.
Like, it looks like he needs to, like, hit his camera or something, because, like, the microphone's showing up fine, but it's his face is like
appeal of seeing a live set anyway. There are some clips of Frank Ocean actually singing and performing his tracks too, but which ones got performed all the way through, which ones actually got performed to whatever degree seemed kind of choppy and inconsistent, at least from what I'm able to gather. Because while platforms like Complex have released seemingly a full set list from the performance, from what I understand, Frank didn't actually end up singing a lot of these songs, and many of them just ended up being kind of DJ'd, which also there's rumored to have been like a bit of I guess like a rave interlude in the midst of the whole set as well. There's a really amazing little bit of a security guard throwing ass to what seems like that passage of the whole thing. One fan's account of the performance on TikTok.
He's just throwing some ass, man. Let it be.
Is actually pretty scathing, saying that.
Okay, let's see here. Karen over here. Karen has something to say about Frank Ocean's. Russian Karen has something to say about Frank Ocean's live performance on. She says, he was 1.5 hours late, so we were all standing in the cold and waiting. Okay, it's a little bit late, sure, but everyone knows that's nothing new to anyone that's been to concerts. He would have really long, weird, and silent pauses throughout his set, like 2 minutes of pure silence. Oh shit. How dare all these people need to entertain themselves for like 2 minutes. He would have really, he kept bringing on people, but not even participating in the song. Just letting them sing or DJ. There's also a 6-minute rave in the middle of his concert. I don't see anything wrong with this point at all. His whole stage setup was made so the audience couldn't see him. I don't think he did that on purpose. No matter how close we were, we couldn't see the stage, so everyone had to watch the screen the whole time. The screen itself would rarely even show him too. See in the videos I'll post later, it was like a weird film. Conclusion. People traveled such far distance to see him, and people had high expectations because it's played in 6 years, and we really all got disappointed. Yeah, I'm sure every single person was disappointed. The whole production was just lacking, and he was really not bringing much to the whole performance. I think he did like a total of 6 songs of his original music. Anyhow, everyone in the crowd was shook. A lot of people left early, including me.
He was 1.5 hours late for the whole thing. Lots of gaps of silence, constantly bringing people on, but they're not even really participating.
Go listen to some rap music live, and I guarantee you'll be happy that it was even half as good as it was.
In the music itself. The stage setup didn't really present all that much to the audience visually, and it looks like a lot of people who were actually there for this ended up being pretty disappointed in what they actually were given in terms of a performance. So with taking all this in and getting an idea of what happened, I guess I'll say 2 things. One, what did you expect? Honestly, Frank Ocean is historically one of the weirder, dodgier, more elusive artists in the music industry. Like, really,
gonna let Anthony cook. But this is also a hard sell when J. Paul had a better received set at the same festival.
Of all time, if Frank Ocean got on that stage that night and just like directly gave fans banger after banger after banger, no interruption, all the stops are getting pulled out, it's fireworks, it's just total pandemonium, that truly would have been the surprise of that evening. But he's Frank Ocean. He's not freaking Neil Diamond. He's not getting on stage to just sort of like hammer out the hits. He's not getting on there to go, Sweet Caroline. Bah, bah, bah. Frank Ocean being kind of standoffish and not presenting himself in a very kind of clear or Concrete Way, that's just really kind of...
Where did that come from? Standoffish? Anyone just catch that? Where the fuck did... No one even said anything like that. Standoffish.
A very Frank Ocean thing to do, including...
He can be mysterious. It's kind of his character.
Having this live stream not go down. Because, again, that would make it easier for people to kind of, like, make sense of...
The worst thing I saw on that long list of the Russian Karen's Insta story or TikTok or whatever was the worst thing I saw was the hour and a half late. That's... You're allowed to be annoyed by that, okay? It's not uncommon, but an hour and a half is definitely pushing some limits.
Or interpret or see some kind of like clarity of his actions or performance or whatever. And Frank is always doing whatever he can to sort of just hang in the shadows, which in a way I do have to admire because we live in very overexposed and saturated times. It seems like your average artist out there is doing everything and anything they can to kind of just like stay at the forefront of people's minds and just like grab their attention, engage. And Frank just can't fucking be bothered. He doesn't give a shit. And again, this is not new behavior. This is how he has been for a long time. And the idea that was going to change with this Coachella performance, I think is a naive one. But here's part two. Here's the other thing that I wanted to say. Because Frank Ocean has put on good performances in the past. While I do admire...
Not only that, but dude, how many years has Frank Ocean been making music, man? I think he apparently has been taking a break. I haven't really followed him, to be honest, because again, he's mysterious, kind of, that's like his character, you know, come out with some emotional songs and then kind of go back into doing what he does, whatever that is. Dude, he's already blessed our ears many years ago, okay? And while I haven't followed him, I would be very hard-pressed to believe that he hasn't been putting out some good music here and there. So not everything is going to be a fucking top 100 Billboard banger. But, dude, Frank Ocean's done his part, okay? Give him some time.
And
especially if what he was saying at the beginning of the video is true, where he's going through some real personal life shit. Going through that, too. I've got 2 family members who just passed in the last 6 months. Actually, last 4 months. And it's, you know, it messes you up, dude.
I do like his approach when it comes to dealing with labels and promoters and the media in mainstream entertainment. I like his kind of just, you know, ability to keep everything at arm's length. However, I feel like that behavior shouldn't go so far to the point where you are robbing the fans of a very well-deserved experience, honestly. Making people wait 6 years to see like a big headline spot that you kind of rob from them.
So, okay. I see what you're doing here, little snake. First off, I should probably look this up real quick. Has he not performed in 6 years, or has he not put out new music in 6 years? Okay.
Not only
it's 2 different things, but also either way, he doesn't owe you shit, okay? He doesn't owe anyone shit. He's already done more than enough in the music industry.
Only via taking away the live stream, but also by way of just kind of being lazy and being unengaged, just aimlessly wandering through your own songs or having them DJ'd by somebody else, whatever the hell it is, just like farting your way through a performance. That just kind of seems like dickish behavior. So again,
the one thing I'll agree with is an hour and a half late to a set. Again, anyone that's known music for a long time, I'm surprised he's that surprised by this, but dude, I can see getting impatient or whatever, but the thing about Coachella is there's a lot of shows going on. Just go to a different one, come back.
Again, while in one breath I do see this is a very Frank Ocean kind of thing to do, he is also kind of flipping the bird a little bit to the people who have made him such a sensation that he's on that stage in the first place. I mean, I'll say this, Frank Ocean has made some great records over the years, ones that I've loved.
A couple views on his...
Nobody...
My 100 plays of a few of his songs on YouTube when I was in high school, and dude, he owes me. How dare Frank Ocean take time away from music? How dare he not bend over and take the consumers, you know what I'm saying? How dare this guy be upset and a little bit distraught, maybe not in the mood to put on the best performance of his life because of some personal issues going on and losing a brother, I think I read, and dog. This guy's saying this shit with a straight face. He robbed his fans. You gotta be kidding me, homie.
At least time or fame in the music industry is guaranteed. And I would hate to see Frank's future potential squashed by, I guess, just a lack of interest or passion or drive. Because I do think his talent and his position right now affords him a lot of potential in terms of being able to change things or make another groundbreaking record, really kind of terraform the musical landscape a little bit current day. Maybe there's something else to add here in terms of like the current day standards of performances and live shows, because truth be told, some of the stuff Frank was doing on that stage didn't look too different from some random afternoon set from an awful artist at Rolling Loud, where you're just there kind of like vibing to your own music just being blasted out into the crowd. Some comparison could be drawn there, but it's pretty clear in this instance.
I just don't. What do you want from him? You know, you want him to come out and give the most passionate set of his life every single set. No matter what. Dude, you're the reason. This guy's the fucking reason he hasn't been doing shit in 6 years, homie. Get off his fucking balls, dude. Take his dick out your mouth, homie. What the fuck?
It's like the audience that was there and is kind of catching the aftermath of all of this is not really having what Frank offered that evening, and just generally thought it was kind of disappointing and reflective of a pretty strong lack of effort and care and interest on his part. There's also been some recent reporting saying that Frank Ocean may have sustained an ankle injury before the performance, but if it was serious, that should have only really affected his movement around the stage, not whether or not.
Bruh. How bad was the injury? What happened to him? Maybe that's why he wasn't on camera so much, because he's fucking limping. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like, brother just passed away. I don't know if he passed away on good terms. Frank's pretty young, so I mean, I can't imagine his brother being too much older. So I want to lean toward, while I don't know, I want to lean toward his brother passing away, not the best of terms. And he's got a fucking ankle injury. Now, that didn't specify if it was like he twisted his ankle or if it's fucking broken. Bruh, get off his dick, homie. Just take it out your mouth, man. Stop gargling, man. Take a couple breaths before you put it back in, dude. Holy fuck.
He could perform the songs, cue picture of Dave Grohl in a cast. So
who's just playing a guitar.
Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comments on this Frank Ocean Coachella.
I think you gotta get off his dick. I mean, I think it's pretty